Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Heavy Rain, and in this episode we're going to visit Anne Shepherd, the deceased John Shepherd's mother, so remember to like and subscribe. Thanks. Enjoy.
Only a few hours left before Sean Mars dies. Hope I'm not wasting my time. John Shepherd died 30 years ago. Hope his mother has all the answers to this puzzle.
Hello, I'm looking for Anne Shepherd's room. Please sign the visitor's book.
Don't write your real name.
Are you a member of the family?
Yeah, you could say that.
Oh, she'll be pleased to have a visitor. No one ever comes to see her. With the Alzheimer's, she has trouble remembering things, but it'll still please her. You know. It's room 19 at the end of the corridor.
Thank you.
Okay. She's got Alzheimer's. Uh-oh. That's a terrible disease.
Room 19. Where is that?
End of the corridor, she said. Okay. Orchids? Wait a minute. Itchy nose. Oh, I hate itchy nose. Room 19. Room 18? Okay, that's handy. So see it. Imagine it
Hello,
wasn't.
Mrs. Shepherd.
Is it time for my pills already?
No, Mrs. Shepherd,
They're never on time with my pills. I don't know what they do here. In the other hospital, they were always on time. But here,
That's so sad.
My name is Madison Page. I'm a journalist. I'd like to ask you some questions about your son.
I don't like this hospital. The food isn't very good, you know.
It's going to be tough.
Do you remember John?
My Johnny. He is a good little boy, you know.
Okay, she remembered that.
You had a son named John, and John had a twin brother.
Do you have my pills? It's time for my pills.
Your other son, Mrs. Shepherd, John's twin brother. What was his name?
What other son? Oh, I have no other son. I never had any children.
I'm going to get a
I know what
flower.
happened at Carnaby Square.
Maybe.
Do you remember?
Carnaby Square. I think I used to live there a long time ago.
You did.
We didn't have much money at the time, you know. We had to make do with very little.
Mrs. Shepherd, your son may be linked to a series of murders. Perhaps you have some information that could help the investigation.
Are you a new nurse? Where are my pills?
Oh, it's so sad.
Try to remember, Mrs. Shepherd. John's twin brother was placed with a foster family after the accident. What was the name of the foster family?
I asked them for a television, you know. They said I didn't have enough money. It's a pity. I'm fond of television.
Wait a minute, can I do an origami for them? Oh, no, okay.
I think your son is in trouble, Mrs. Shepherd. He's done some terrible things. I need to find him. Do you understand?
Terrible things you're telling me. He never came to see me, can you believe it? In 10 years, never. No one forgets their mother, do they?
Okay. No.
This woman might be the origami killer's mother. Must be some way to get her to remember.
Ah.
Did you make these origami figures?
My little paper animals. They played with them for hours.
Oh, it brought a bit back.
I showed my boys how to make them, you know.
Yes, your boys, Mrs. Shepherd. John and... what was your other son's name again?
My other son?
Oh,
I only had one son. My little Johnny.
so close. Yeah, try and do origami. This will be hard though. Right, what do I like? Crane? No. Hummingbird? No. Dodd? Yeah, do that one. I like Dodd. Oh, Dodd, I actually need to do it. There we go.
Oh, you know how to do these little dogs too. My children loved origami. I taught them how to do it. John loved the little dogs. He always wanted to call them Max. Max, Max, Max. All dogs with the same name. I was wasting my time telling him they couldn't all have the same name.
But the
But he
Teds.
always wanted his paper dogs Max. It's funny, isn't it?
Seems to be working. She's remembering stuff. Gotta find something else to show her. It'd take days, if not longer, to find the name of the family that adopted her son. Sean Mars would be dead by then.
Nothing. Aha! Photograph.
Are these your children, Mrs. Shepherd? John and his brother? Is that them?
They're good little boys. Their father never looked after them. Always drinking. They didn't have an easy life, you know.
Just imagine that, but that your mother only remembers one of her children and doesn't remember you.
Her memory is coming back. Don't stop now. Just remember. Alright, no point in wasting my time. I won't learn anything more by staying here.
You don't seem to get many flowers, Mrs. Shepherd.
No, but I love them. My son knows that I love flowers.
Can we burn her?
I
some?
know he'll bring me some.
Yeah, the ones from outside.
Alright, no
Oh.
point in wasting my time. I won't learn anything more by staying here.
Does Mrs. Shepherd ever talk about her past?
It's not all very clear to her now. Sometimes she'll remember the oddest things, though. I suppose if she sees something that reminds her of her past.
Did she ever mention her sons?
Sons? Well, she often mentions John. I think he drowned.
Does she ever talk about her other son?
I didn't know she had another one. I've never heard her mention it.
Visits?
Does she get many visitors?
She's been here for 10 years and you're the first.
Oh, that's so sad.
Sometimes, if you show her things, it seems to trigger a memory from her past. You might get her to remember.
Thanks for the advice.
Thanks, nurse.
She said she loved flowers. But what kind?
It must be orchids. Maybe this will trigger something. It's so sad though, somebody with dementia or Alzheimer's. Here you go.
What a lovely orchid. My sons loved orchids. We used to grow them in the back. When John died, I laid orchids on his grave. I cried when they told me. I'd already lost one of my children, and now they were taking away another one, you understand.
The foster family, Mrs. Shepherd. What was the name of the foster family that adopted John's brother?
They were really very nice people. I met them, you know. In the beginning, I used to go and see my little boy. And then I got sick and I couldn't go any longer. Perhaps he thought I'd forgotten him. He must have thought I didn't love him anymore.
Oh, I'm sure he didn't. I'm sure he knows that you're loved.
His name, Mrs. Shepherd. What was his name?
But I loved him. If you only knew how much I missed him.
Please, Anne. His name. What was his name?
Come closer.
Has she remembered? Oh, come on, just tell us. Now she knows. Oh, it's not the right tell us. Oh, no. Oh, is this the last challenge?
The last origami figure. The last trial.
Oh my god, it's the evil within. I'm getting those vibes. What's the last trial?
The last trial. The last question. Are you prepared to give your life to save your sons? There is a deadly poison in this vial. It will kill you in exactly 60 minutes. If you drink it, you will get the last letters of the address. You will have enough time to save your son and say goodbye to him, but then you will die.
Drink it.
You can drink the vial or decide to leave. The choice is yours.
Drink it. You have to do it, Ethan. Down the hatch. He's already died though. Now I got all the letters. That's good.
The last letters have been sent to your phone.
"852 Theodore Roosevelt Road." Okay, now. Nice.
I did what I had to, Sean. Your dad's coming to save you.
Right, so Ethan's on his way to him. Madison's just about 5mm off. And the top guy doesn't have a clue yet, but this might get him up to speed, right, if I do the right thing. That's what I'm sensing. Sacrifice. That's right, I did. Trial Master, yeah.
We've only got a few more hours left to save Sean Mars. There has to be a goddamn clue somewhere. It's probably staring me in the face. This kid's gonna die, and I'm going around in circles!
All packed up and ready to go?
What are you talking about?
The investigation's over. We know who did it. We no longer need your services anymore, Norman.
Oh, you're
So
dead.
you can ride your files all the way back to Washington. I'd be lying if I said I was gonna miss you.
The investigation isn't over. You have absolutely nothing on Mars.
Mars is guilty. Case closed. Anyway, it's no concern of yours now. You're off the case. So pack up and fuck off.
Blake, you are an unbalanced, psychopathic asshole.
That's not going to go down well.
I'll take that as a compliment. Honestly, I don't give a shit what you think. I found the origami killer. Everyone's happy. End of story. Have a nice trip back, Norman.
Oh, shut the door on them. Resist. Oh, okay. He didn't resist.
The killer's name is here. Somewhere in this data. I just have to find it. Find it before it's too late.
Oh, one last thing, sir. You should be careful not to overindulge in you know what. It can be dangerous. Very dangerous. It'll end up killing you if you're not careful. That would be most unfortunate, sir.
Okay, clues.
Ari was in record mode when I was fighting with the killer. Perhaps there's something on it.
Well, that's handy. Play it.
The sword was already in Paco's office. It's got nothing to do with the killer.
Okay. Oh, it's the sword again. What? I'll tell him, right? Right, see you later. Right, no, not the sword. It's alright, that. I know, it's alright. Right. Sorry, I see that interrupted. Ah, there we go. That's what I wanted to do. No. I bet there's something else here. Not the fucking sword! Guys, there's a watch on his wrist and I can't get it. Because this stupid thing's not analysing it right. I'm in a mood, can't help it. Right, not the sword. Oh, I'm getting so fed up with this, man. Right, I can't get the watch. We'll come back to it.
The gun the killer left at the Blue Lagoon. Perhaps there's some way of tracing its history.
Sorry about that, guys. I just can't seem to get it. That's it. Nothing. No, analyse it. Sandal.
Impounded in a police case 5 years ago. The gun is still supposed to be in police custody. Who checked it out? If not a cop.
Is it tartar plate?
2 receipts from the same gas station. Might be near the killer's home. That doesn't get us anywhere. The killer lives in this zone. 342 people live around there. Not good enough. Gotta find a means of identifying the killer more precisely.
But that's not bad. We were a bit more like down more. Narrowed it down. That's what I'm looking for.
Looks like the killer is a cop. Carter Blake! That would explain the dead-end investigation and his desire to frame Ethan Mars.
Investigate further. This stupid thing's annoying me. And you!
Gold watch. I'm sure I've seen this before somewhere.
Oh, so it's a lieutenant. Ah, that makes
The
sense.
watch they give for promotions to lieutenant. The killer is a cop.
His eye's bleeding. His eye is bleeding. That's really quick footy, actually. Right, I don't think there's anything else on that. One of them's right in the zone. Right, have one last look at the clues. Right, both his eyes are bleeding now.
Cop. There's only one cop in that geoprofiling zone. Gotcha.
Nice.
He owns a warehouse on the docks. If I'm wrong, Sean Mars is dead.
Nice. Oh, his eyes are not bleeding anymore. That took too long. So he knows, Madison knows, Ethan knows, they all know.
Let me stay with you, Scott. I don't want to go.
Look, it'll only take a couple of days. Long enough to get this resolved.
I can't just wait while you confront my son's killer.
It's the only way, Lauren. Trust me. Now go stay with your mother for a few days. I'll come and get you when this is over.
Tell me who the origami killer is. I want to know who killed my son.
Listen, when I'm done, I'll tell you everything I know. I promise.
Oh! One is up. At least it's not as bad as that set scene with Madison and Ethan. Could have been much worse.
Hang on, John! I'll get help! Just hang on! Go on, hurry! I think the water's rising. I'm hurrying! I'll be right back!
Alright guys. And on the end of the episode there, I really hope you enjoyed this episode. Sorry I had a little bit angry when I took the watch identified, but that was a pain. So remember, like and subscribe this episode if you enjoyed it. Thanks, bye.